To speak justly is better than to rule. These words come from ancient wisdom, from a time when power was worshipped, when kings ruled with force and armies conquered with might. But there were those, even then, who understood a deeper truth, that real strength, the kind that outlives kingdoms, does not come from crowns. It comes from character. It does not come from fear. It comes from fairness. To speak justly, to speak with honor, with reason, with truth, that is the highest power, because the man who rules can lose his throne, but the man who speaks justly will always be heard. His voice echoes, even when he is gone. Ruling others is temporary, but ruling your words, ruling your heart, that is eternal. We live in a world obsessed with power, with titles, with status, with dominance. But what is power if it is not just? What is influence if it lacks integrity? You can win every argument and still lose your soul. You can command a nation and still be a slave to your own pride. But if your words bring justice, if your speech lifts others, if your voice carries truth, then you are already greater than any ruler, because words shape worlds. They build or they break, they heal or they harm. And when you choose to speak justly, you become a creator, not a destroyer. Power can silence, but justice speaks. Power can conquer, but justice endures, and it takes courage to speak justly, especially when others lie, especially when truth is inconvenient, especially when silence is easier. But justice never came from comfort. It comes from those who rise, even when it costs them everything, from those who stand for what is right, even when the crowd walks away. So ask yourself, do you want to rule with fear or speak with justice? Do you want obedience or respect? Do you want a title or a legacy? Because those who rule may be remembered in history books, but those who speak justly are remembered in hearts. Their words become seeds that grow long after they are gone. Justice in speech is not about being perfect. It is about being truthful. It is about listening before you speak, thinking before you judge, lifting before you crush. And every day you have the power to do that, to speak in ways that heal, to lead with words that matter, to stand for something, even when you stand alone. Because the greatest leaders were not the loudest. They were the clearest. They were the fairest. They were the ones who chose justice over dominance, truth, over comfort, and character, over control. To speak justly is better than to rule, because a ruler dies with his crown, but a just word lives forever. Let your words be your power. Let your justice be your voice, and let your voice be remembered, not for how loud it was, but for how true it rang. This is how greatness is born. This is how legacies are built. This is how justice lives on.